What if sadness isn't your enemy or the enemy? What if anger just wants to be heard, not punished? What if your emotions are sacred messengers, but we've been trained to silence them? Today, we'll learn how hypnotherapy teaches you to feel, not fear, your emotions, and how to ride the wave back to peace. How does that sound? Now, did you know that emotions only last 90 seconds? This is when we let them. Here's a science-backed truth most people don't know. Sharing lots of science-backed truths in these videos because I want you to know that what we do is science-backed. According to brain scientist Dr. Jill Taylor, an emotion physically only lasts 90 seconds when we allow it to move through. So imagine it as a cloud, and that's it, a surge of chemicals, a wave in the nervous system. If interrupted, it passes. It just goes like a cloud and then continues on its own. What keeps emotion stuck isn't the feeling, it's the story we attach to it. I shouldn't feel this way. What's wrong with me? This always happens. This is too much. You know, we're very dramatic and I like drama. Imagine an emotion as a wave or a cloud. It rises, peaks, recedes. But if you grab it, fight it, or run from it, you stay trapped in the undertow. It's you that went to look for his trouble. It was going on his own. You entered it and say, no, we die here. So you don't have to fix the feeling. You just need to feel the feeling. We've been taught a lot to be strong, be rational, move on, let it go. I've heard people say, it's not a big deal. It is. Healing doesn't come from fixing the feeling. It comes from feeling the feeling fully, safely, and without judgment. You don't need to explain it either to yourself or anybody. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to minimize it. You don't need to maximize it. You don't need to apologize for it. You just need to let it move through. I went for a silence retreat for 3 days. And in these 3 days, no phones, no gadgets. You can't talk to anybody for 3 days. I left home and went to go and stay in my halfway home to be able to, do this practice. I did the process with other people, but we'll smile and we used to just communicate with fingers and all of that. On the third day, I wrote down a few realizations. And one of it was that the fact that you think it doesn't mean you need to talk about it. Everybody was like, whoa. I said, yeah, just allow it go through, because all the things that I felt, there was nobody to talk to. There was nobody to express it with. And they all went past as though, they were a visitor. They came, and it just continued. I asked myself, why do I feel this way? Why does it hurt me this much? What is it? And then released it, and it just continued its journey. And so I learned, not everything needs to be talked about. Some things need to be left alone. Some things. It's not everything you need to feel or hold deep or make a just allow it go. It's like people that say, choose your battles, right? And so I want you to think of your emotions like visitors. When you welcome them in, offer them tea and let them speak. After a while, they leave. But when you slam the door at them, they start banging louder, because feeling fully is the path to healing wholly. What we suppress, we store. And what we store, we repeat in our bodies, in our relationships, in our reactions, and in our beliefs. But what we feel, we finally get to free it. We freed up. And this is what true emotional healing looks like. It looks like grief that softens instead of hardens. It looks like anger that becomes clarity instead of chaos. It looks like fear that becomes presence instead of paralysis. If you picture a blocked pipe, we all have pipes in our house. When emotions are ignored, pressure builds. But when we let feelings flow, even for 30 seconds, we clear the system. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, they say. I had a woman who learned to ride the wave, I call it, instead of drowning in it, because that's what you're learning, to ride in it beautifully. And so I met this lady, beautiful young lady, Aisha, vibrant, accomplished woman. who always said, I don't have time to fall apart. I just need to keep going. I can't stop. She'd been holding it together for years for everyone, caring for it. She was the carer of the world, building her career, surviving betrayal, and carrying unprocessed grief. Inside, she felt numb. It was like anhedonia she had. Sometimes she was overwhelmed with sudden panic. She lost the zest for life. In our hypnotherapy sessions, we work on her not fighting her emotions, but on trusting them. One day, during a visualization, she met her inner child on a beach. The child was trying to hold back the ocean with her bare hands. She was tired, so tired, because it's impossible. And together, we practiced what I call wave riding, breath by breath, allowing the wave of emotions to rise, crest, and pass. It goes back. She cried. Then she laughed. Then she inhaled and whispered, I don't have to hold the whole ocean. I just have to let it move through me and go back to where it came from. And that was the moment she began to heal, not by being strong, but by merely being present. Does that sound like you? Hypnotherapy helps to release all that trapped emotional loop, guys. And what happens when your feelings get stuck? They loop. When they get stuck, they just go around. They replay. They keep replaying themselves, and they show up in different ways. Anxiety, nightmares, rage, outbursts, physical tension, physical ailments, emotional numbness. I've been through this entire cycle I just mentioned to you. Hypnotherapy helped me to locate the original loop, and it's always buried in your childhood or trauma. Then it helped me create safely in the body so the emotion can be felt fully. I was able to just go through it. I witnessed it without resistance, no judgment, just curiosity. I released it with compassion through breathing, imagery, and suggestion. Remember, it's the three words: breathing, imagery, and suggestion. They're a triangle. They go hand in hand. If you imagine a song stuck on repeat in your brain, hypnosis doesn't delete the song. It gently presses stop and lets you choose a new track. So it gives you all the power. You have the yam and the knife all in your hands. It helps you to let go, breaks that loop. Because the goal isn't to analyze your emotions endlessly. Keep talking and talking and talking. No, the goal is to witness it, welcome it, then remove them. And hypnotherapy helps your nervous system feel safe enough to surrender. Surrender is the best place to be in. And then you feel the sadness without drowning. You feel the anger without destruction. You feel the fear without shrinking. And you feel the joy without guilt. A lot of women feel joy and they're guilty when they're happy. And I promise you, this is emotional sovereignty. It's so powerful. This is how you embody it. It's an embodiment. And this is freedom. So I tell people that I sell and I teach freedom. I teach empowerment and I teach transformation. You are not meant to be in an emotional prison. You're built to be a channel. And you're not too emotional. You're not overreacting. All those things, throw them away. You are not too sensitive, but you're powerful. And you get your voice and opinions heard. And when you let yourself feel, you don't fall apart. Actually, you fall back into wholeness. So here's your gentle invitation. The next time the wave comes, don't fight it. Don't run. Close your eyes and breathe. Let it rise, let it teach, and then let it go. You are made to move through it and come out lighter, clearer, and alive. You're not meant to run from it. So I want you to set a 90-second timer next time you feel triggered. Breathe. Just stop. Pause. Breathe. Allow it to come through. Let all the waves rise up, because you're telling yourself it's just going to come back down. and go away, and I don't have to say anything. So name the emotion, breathe and observe, and repeat this phrase. This too is moving through me. Again, this too is moving through me. And then your affirmation can be, I let emotions visit, but not control me. Everything that I've taught in all these videos have been so empowering. As I even say them, I feel so alive as I'm saying it, because it's teaching me, as I'm teaching you, reminding me how the power of changing my life is in my hands. And if I don't like how I feel now, I can close my eyes, go back into my mind, and imagine me rewriting my story in a more powerful way. And then I can open my eyes and live in it. I can help you get here. I honestly can. If you send me a DM today, we can get talking, and you can book one session with me where we can just sit down and talk, and I can start to teach you how to take absolute control of your life, because there is more power in taking control of your life than waiting for me to help you control your life. My name is Adiola Kingsley James. Don't forget, subscribe, like, but above and beyond, I always ask you to share me with other people, because that's where the power is. If we all grow together in this same information and with this same ideology of love, imagine how the earth would be. It would be like we went back to the Garden of Eden, beautiful and refreshing. Love and light.